So the multi-company stuff that's changed. Originally, when we first programmed the multi-company, we only had two options. Either you were multi-company by warehouse, so the warehouses maybe were in different states, so we wanted to keep them separate for tax purposes or wherever it's going to be. So no matter what was bought or sold into one warehouse, that was one company, the other warehouse was a different company. Then we also had multi-company by item. So this was more like there was one warehouse, but their beer, malt, ciders were one company, but due to tax reasons, whatever it's going to be, any type of high alc items like vodka and gin were considered a different company. So we put those into a different financial package. So all this was still the same in eoStar and handled the same way, but when we exported it into GP or Sage or whoever, we actually separated it into different databases for taxes and whatever else you need it for that reason. Well, recently we had some companies come on board that needed both. So they have one warehouse in one state, that's all one company, and then a second warehouse in a different state, but they're multi-company by item. So we actually need to be able to do a combination of the two. Prior to the combination also, you could only be one or the other and you were stuck there once you got there. It was basically a flag in the database that you weren't even be able to change, that you actually had to call support. We set it up basically at first conversion, and then you're that way forever. Now we actually created, because of the combination, we created an interface in what we call master control. It's under database, file database administration configure. So now we have a multi-company panel, and in there we would actually set up however that is needed. So on this first screenshot, the top part of it, I'd go into my item setup panel and tell it which warehouse, which company. So on this database, I have two warehouses. I have the main warehouse and I have a secondary warehouse too. Now in here, I can actually just select the warehouse and tell it which company it was. I made also two companies, company one, main company, and company two. So I can just easily assign them to each one. Down below that is where it would be if you're multi-company by item. So I have the main company, okay, and then with the multi-company by item, you just set up product sets. So everything in this product set 1 is company 1. Everything in product set 2 is company 2. So here's where you just assign it. No matter what the warehouse is up above, if it's in this product set, it should go to company 1. If it's in this other product set, it goes into company 2. The third one is where you could do the combination. So if you see on this example, up at the top, my main warehouse I set to my main company. And then warehouse 2, I didn't actually set to a company up there, because down at the very bottom at the below, now I'm going to break it up. So warehouse 2, I have a product set called company 1. All my non-alcoholic items are still going to be part of the main company. But then also I have this other product set. So warehouse 2, product set 2, which is all my beer, wine, alcohol, whatever it is. I can set those to company 2, saying I want those separate into a separate financial package for my taxes or whatever. I'm doing all of my balance sheets and profits and loss and stuff like that. So I'll show you real quick. It's a very quick little thing to look at. So again, under File, Database Administration, Configure. Panel over on the left, multi-company. We do have some setup for ledger setup. So if you compare your intercompany stuff. So you have two companies, but when you transfer products from one company to the other, and you have some type of account where it says, company 1 owes company 2 the $200 cost of that product. If it's very specific like that, you could set up those item transfers and funds and credit transfers here. But what we're worried about right now is our setup. So here's where I've set that up already. Again, main warehouse set to main company. This could always be changed. Say company 2 instead. Warehouse. Then down below, my secondary warehouse. Again, I can, these can be changed. I can delete these, add a new one, warehouse 2. But maybe this time I'm going to say for some reason my alcohol is part of company 2, the same as my main warehouse. But then for some reason, this warehouse's non-alcoholic items are a different company. And that's basically it. As long as you have your product sets set up, if you're multi-company by item, it's easy to set up your warehouses to your correct company and then split another warehouse by product set. Pretty simple.